Hi guys, welcome to my channel where we talk about everything from tech to films and all the fun stuff in between. So it's nearly been a year since this amazing iPad Pro was introduced, and I absolutely love this iPad. It's without a doubt the best iPad I've ever owned, and if you follow my channel guys, then you know that I am out and out an iPad person. This is the gadget that I use the most in my life besides my iPhone. So 1 year later, I want to sum up how my experience was with this device in relation with all the tasks which I do on this iPad. Just before proceeding guys, please do hit that like button so YouTube algorithm will push my content to more viewers, and whilst you're there, please hit that subscribe button to support me so I can continue making these videos for you. So on with the video. Starting off, this is my first Pro iPad. Since the launch of the Pro sub-brand of iPads, I never owned one until this 2020 version. The iPad before this for me was the iPad Air 3. So I was coming first time to that all-screen design, but more importantly, it was my first iPad with all that extra raw power and that buttery smooth screen. And all that combined provided an experience like no other. All this time and not even a single glitch or a dull or a laggy moment on this iPad. Everything was as smooth as butter. There was nothing I threw at this device which it couldn't handle. Not even a single moment where the iPad paused not knowing how to process. It really was that good. The main usage of my iPad Pro or any iPad was always leisure activities. Until 2019 that is. I will talk more about that later in the video, so please do stick around. Everything work related for me was my Windows laptop, and as soon as work was done, everything else in my life was covered by this iPad. First, it was watching movies and YouTube videos. For media consumption, considering all the devices available under the sun, I don't think there could be a better device than your iPad. And the iPad Pro keeps reminding you of that fact. Just recently, whilst I was watching this series Snowpiercer on Netflix, I just had to pause for a second and appreciate that gorgeous screen. The video felt incredibly engaging thanks to that all-screen design and amazing contrast ratios. This device really provides the best personal movie watching experience, especially in this COVID situation where going to theaters is not an option. Just throw in the decent AirPods and a bottle of soda and a pack of crisps, and you're all ready for an amazing personal movie experience. And that decent battery life of the iPad Pro makes you binge through a complete season before you finally need to plug in. And even when you plug in, throw in the fast USB charger and you don't have to wait for long to start that second season binge. Besides movies, I use my iPad Pro for online shopping. Thanks to iPadOS, you get full desktop websites now instead of mobile versions, and you can happily shop virtually until you drop. Added to that, most major online stores have beautifully crafted apps just for the iPad, giving you that best way to browse and shop for stuff. Then it is news and ebooks. I really am a sucker for books and novels, and I make it a point to read at least a few pages every day. I know the Kindle with its e-ink display provides a much better experience to your eyes, but for me, setting the screen to dark mode during night or setting the right background does wonders. And I always use a magnetic case, so I can just pop it off and hold the iPad in my hand without the case whilst reading, thus not adding extra bulk and preventing hand fatigue. For news, there are a wealth of apps and websites, but mainly Apple News is simply amazing. I have it as a widget to the side, and then the BBC app is perfect as well. Coming to games, I am not someone who likes to game on the iPad, and every time I did game on it was to make a review for my YouTube channel. But even then, I want to touch this topic briefly, as that 120Hz refresh rate does offer gaming experience like no other on a mobile device. I still kept Fortnite, even though it's banned from the App Store, mainly to use that as a benchmark when testing games against other devices. That buttery smooth refresh rate is just amazing, and you can definitely notice the difference. Next are utilities. For everything related to household utilities and online banking, I use my iPad Pro. I'm really so confident about banking on the iPad that I never use or trust my PC for the same. Recently, when I had to log in onto my banking app on my laptop, I had to double check if my antivirus is up to date and has performed a full scan recently. But with the iPad, there is no such worry or concern at all. See, people do complain about Apple and its walled ecosystem, but I think it works to your advantage, especially when it comes to security and safety. Now, it's not all play and no work in RaavMedia Studios. Since 2019, I brought everything related to my YouTube channel onto my iPad. And owning this iPad Pro from last year, all the videos which you see on my channel are edited on this device. I swear on this, guys, everything you see is crafted on the iPad Pro via the LumaFusion app. I briefly tried the M1 MacBook Air to edit my videos, but I quickly realized how much I miss the Apple Pencil and the touchscreen control that I gave up editing after a few minutes on that M1 MacBook Air and jumped straight back to my iPad Pro. This device really handles 4K footage shot at 30 frames per second as if it were a 1 pixel image. Every time when I try to do the same on my Core i7 Windows laptop, it makes it clear as how amazing the iPad Pro really is. And this brings me to the slightly pricier accessory which I added to the iPad Pro, and that is the Apple Pencil Generation 2. Everything that was lacking in the Apple Pencil Gen 1 has been rectified with the second iteration, and a year later, it still has the best sync and charging solution ever on a mobile device. The Apple Pencil helped me very much with all my pro level tasks, and the precision which it provided made using pro apps like LumaFusion just pure joy. And besides video editing, I also edit most of my thumbnails on my iPad. So all those glorious and attractive thumbnails which you see on my YouTube channel, they are crafted right here on my iPad via Adobe Lightroom and Google Snapseed, two incredibly amazing photo editing apps which are totally free. So the process goes something like this. I write all my scripts on my iPad, and then I shoot the video at 4K 30fps resolution on my iPhone 11 Pro Max and voice record on the iPhone as well. All of that gets transferred onto my iPad Pro, and the video gets edited and published to YouTube all via the same device. And then the thumbnail gets crafted here as well. So you see, guys, 1 year later, I don't have a single complaint about this device, and considering Apple's history of supporting older devices, I'm pretty sure this will run for another 4 to 5 years. This iPad Pro is a truly amazing device, and I can hardly wait to see what Apple's got in store for the next iteration. I will be at the front seat following all that, and will get one unit to test out as soon as the iPad Pro 2021 is available on the Apple Store. So please follow me, guys, by subscribing and showing your support so I can keep making these videos. So in summary, this is the best iPad I've ever owned, and is the gadget which I would not even go for a single day without. Thanks Apple for giving us this flawless gem of a device, and it just keeps shining and shining. So that's all for the video, guys. Hope you liked it. Please do comment down below and let me know your thoughts, and please do subscribe and support and hit that like button if you really enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks a lot for staying with me until the end. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.